The Llama 3.1 405 billion parameter model leaks are pretty insane. Last 24 hours is quite crazy. We have heard from model leaks to benchmark leaks, and I thought I'll give you a foreshadowing of what is going to happen in the rest of the week. It could be either in a few hours, or it could be tomorrow, or it could be somewhere this week. This model is absolutely going to be launched by Meta, Facebook. I don't know what is the name. This company by Mark Zuckerberg is going to launch this, and Mark Zuckerberg himself seems to have acknowledged it. This is pretty crazy model. I mean, like, you wouldn't have ever seen a model like this because of the benchmarks. The model has been, the benchmarks at least has leaked on local Llama, and the benchmarks are from Azure. This repository has been taken down at this point. The same goes for the model leaks. The model leaked model, somebody had uploaded it on Hugging Face, 820 gigabytes. I mean, imagine 820 gigabytes model was uploaded on Hugging Face, but it has been taken down. A funny thing on this, where can I download some more VRAM? I found it fascinating that people ask questions like this. That also tells me that I live in a bubble where people always know all these things. So it puts me in a very humble spot to teach when I teach to include all these things. Anyways, that aside, if we have to take a look at the benchmarks, you might be actually mind blown that this model is better than GPT-4o in almost every single thing. I mean, Meta has really cooked a model that is beating proprietary model. I mean, I cannot believe my eyes at this point. Take this first two columns. GPT-4o, Meta, Llama 3.1 405 billion. We hope this is real because this comes from the Azure repository. The repo is gone at this point. But if this is real, look at GSM 8K, math test, Hella Swag, Human Evil, that is where GPT-4o is still better, and other sort of MMLUs which I'm not going to pay attention to at all. And then you have got other benchmarks like Vinograde, you have got a social IQA. So all these benchmarks, except a very few benchmarks, you see Meta Llama 3.1 405 billion parameter model doing really pretty good. And the place where actually you see huge differences, for example, if you take Meta Llama 3.1 70 billion parameter model and compare it with GPT-4o, then you would see places like Human Evil where there's a huge delta. GPT-4o is 0.92 while the 70 billion model is 0.79, like close to 80. On other benchmarks, it's almost like near ballpark, and some benchmarks, it is in fact better than GPT-4o. So I'm not sure if Meta is trying to do benchmark hacking. I don't think that is the case. The most important fact, all these things, like it's not this benchmark is super impressive. It is not the fact that it has gained a huge significant impact over the previous model. Like for example, Llama 3 70 billion GSM 8K was 83% and this is 94%. Llama 3 70 billion Human Evil was somewhere around 39. I'm not sure if it was 39, but this is 79. So almost on all the benchmarks, it has got a huge upgrade over the existing Llama 3 70 billion parameter model. I'm not even talking about that as the highlight. The highlight, the pitch, the punchline of this entire thing, that this is not an instruct model. This is just the base model, and the base model itself has the metrics like this. And imagine if the base model has metrics like this, and if you can fine tune it, if you were to fine tune a 405 billion parameter model, it is going to have insane scores on benchmarks. And I'm already starting to explore what are the ways I can host this model, run this model. But I believe like the providers like Together AI or Grok, so these providers will start hosting it. In fact, we heard from the OpenPipe CEO or co-founder that this model would be available soon on OpenPipe for us to use it. And it seems like that is the easiest way for us to access this model than provisioning our own GPU. The scores are insane when you compare it with Mistral. So now you forget about, like, let this say the 70 billion parameter model. Just take the 8 billion parameter model. Even there is a huge upgrade. It seems like there are going to be like 3 models getting launched. The Llama 3.18 billion parameter model, the Llama 3.170 billion parameter model, and Llama 3.1 405 billion parameter model. Only catch I'm not very sure is that whether it is going to also be a multi-modal model. So it all looks like it's going to be just a pure language model, like large language model, but it'll be fascinating to see if there is going to be a multi-modal model. So when you take a comparison between Mistral 7 billion parameter, you can it's crushing. It's insane. Like 7 billion parameter is 44 on GSM 8K. This is 84. LSWAG 49. This is 76. I'm honestly not sure if Mistral is this small, but also we do not know if Meta has actually tried to do benchmark hacking, like literally took the data sets to train the model in those data sets. So all these facts we will know only after we have this model. But I kind of like wanted to give you some information around this because there has been a lot of rumors. Keep your eyes and ears open because this model might launch at any time. The model kind of must be already available on torrent, but I don't know if there is any easy way for you to run this model. 820 gigabytes. I would, if I were you, I would probably wait for Grok or Together AI to actually deploy this model, or OpenPipe, any of these service provider to deploy this model. Then we can start using it. Otherwise, I think it looks like a colossal effort for us to start using this model. Either way, this is an excellent news for open source, open weights, open models. I'm not sure what is the license is going to be. There have been a lot of regulatory requirements from the White House about what kind of models you can release, what is the parameters. So I'm not sure what is Mark planning, but if this model is going to launch, it is going to take away a lot of moat from these proprietary model holders. So let's look forward to the model and keep your eyes and ears open. See you in another video. Happy prompting.